Welcome to Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani here on NTV Houston. Thank y'all so much for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. It's going down very times 15. Special guest in the studio for episode 15. It's going down. We have the, man, I got to read this because this is a crazy list of things this young lady has knocked out in her life and is still knocking out. She is the president and founder of the Cynthia A. Guillory Foundation, Chief Motivation Officer for COG, that's K-O-G and Co., as well as a contributing writer for the Huffington Post. Wait, that's not all. That's right. She's also the founder of the Nap Bar. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Khaliah Guillory in the studio in just a bit, a.k.a. Sleep Bay. That's right. Hashtag Sleep Bay is in the studio. She's going to be joining us in just a little bit, so sit tight. And in the process, in the meantime, do want to break some things down for you all, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. Pretty pumped, like I said, to have this individual in the studio. But in the process, I still want to go over some current events because, again, it's a lot of stuff that's been happening. Last Monday was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And as we celebrated his legacy, a lot has transpired in the past few weeks since this year has begun. And I can't believe it, we're already in the third, I don't even know what day we're in, the third weekend of New Year's 2021, and so much has happened. I don't like to talk about politics because I feel like politics just divides. So I take it in little doses, I think. Just like the vaccine it's coming in doses, I like to take my news also in that format as well. Let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on. Again, as mentioned, on Monday, it was MLK Jr. Day, and to celebrate, the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund launched the Marshall Motley Scholars Scholarship, named after a pair of LDF's most prominent alumni, the late Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall and the first black woman federal judge, Constance Baker Motley. The scholars will commit to working on civil rights laws in the South for at least 8 years. Immediately after the launch, Tyler Perry launched a production of his new film, Madea Goes to Law School. That's right. Can't make that up. Actually, I made it up. What do you want me to do? Let's see what's going on. During the pre-riot speech, then President Trump made fun of Republican Governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, for claiming to play football based on his size. Which makes me ask and wonder, are we really going to go there talking about politicians playing sports? Really? Especially with that looked like a Depends commercial or something? What was going on there, President Trump? Or shall I say ex-President Trump? Yeah, what a crazy week, of course, with that. And let's see what's going on here. Despite warnings, many state capitals see only small protests and quiet streets. There are a number of possible explanations for the smaller than expected protests, including that some right-wing activists are reluctant to congregate at a time when police are looking for any sign of trouble, and the FBI is vigorously seeking people to face charges related to the assault in Washington. But if you ask me, I think the signs of why they're not doing any kind of protests are right there. It's on the nose. I'm a little tired. Come on, come on, let them go. It's been a crazy 2020. So now 2021, I think people are trying to take it a little easy, and I don't blame them. Those signs are pretty hard, right? So let's see what's going on here. Last week, NASA's rocket test called for 4 engines to fire for 8 minutes. Same time it will take for NASA's long-delayed Space Launch System, the SLS, to generate the thrust needed to send a rocket to space. But the engines shut down prematurely after just 67 seconds due to a major component failure. That's right. Moments after that major component failure, the 67 seconds, Missy Elliott launched the long-awaited remix to 1 Minute Man, and the music video was shot in a SpaceX rocket. That's right. Missy Elliott with the comeback right there. What else is going on? Finally, it didn't get enough financial aid. If you really did not get enough financial aid, I don't know, I don't think I did. I don't feel like I got enough financial aid when I was in college. You can actually ask for more money. That's right. After you submit your FAFSA application, college financial aid officers have the ability to reconsider aid packages when a person's circumstances are not fully captured on their app, or when, things change, things, happen in life. It's officially called professional judgment, aka appeals. Wow, I wish I knew that before I launched my OnlyFans page because times are tough. That's right. A lot has happened, like I said, but really, really happy to share more 2021 good things to come with our very special guest, Very Times 15 for episode 15. Khaliah Guillory, aka #SleepBay, is in the building. We'll be back with more late night vibes with Anil Sohani here on NTV Houston. Sit tight. We'll be back.
Season's best sales event, Ron Carter Cadillac delivers 0% APR for 72 months plus $2,500 bonus cash on all 2020 XT4, XT5, and XT6. Or drive 2020 XT4 Luxury Collection only $299 a month. 2020 XT5 Premium Luxury Collection just $369 a month. And first ever 2020 XT6 Premium Luxury Collection just $399 a month. All for 39-month lease with just $1 down.
RonCarterCadillac.com. When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service, striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Amazing things for you.
59 और वेस्ट बेलफोर्ड पर है नुक्कड़ ढाबा, जहां के मशहूर जमाना बॉम्बे तंदूरी चिकन, पहाड़ी बोटी, चिकन चटपटा और बटर चिकन तो आप जानते ही होंगे। अगर आप बॉम्बे चाइनीज खाना आप पसंद करते हैं तो जरूर उनके चिकन लॉलीपॉप और चिकन चिली ट्राई करिएगा। और एनटीवी ह्यूस्टन का नाम लेने पर स्पेशल है $99 में कॉर्न सूप। सुबह 8 से लेकर रात के 2 बजे तक नुक्कड़ ढाबा आपकी खिदमत के लिए खुला होता है। For takeout and other inquiries, call 281-575-1178 at the corner of West Belfort and 59, Nukkad Dhaba.
बिजनेस का काम हो या फैमिली वेकेशन, कॉनकॉर्ड ट्रैवल है आपका रिलायबल ट्रैवल पार्टनर। फ्लाइट्स, होटल्स और ट्रैवल बुकिंग्स पे बेस्ट डील्स पाने के लिए कॉन्टैक्ट अस ऑन 713-219-1199 और ईमेल अस at reservations@concordtravelhouston.com or visit us at 2245 Texas Drive, Suite 300, Sugarland, Texas 77479. concordtravelhouston.com.
Being diagnosed with a scary sounding disease can be frightening. Imagine what it's like for your child.
There are over 7,000 rare diseases around the world affecting children.
Join me, Jessica Hatch, along with leading experts to help break down medical lingo, explain why and what their little bodies are feeling. Real faces, real stories, and expert advice. And you can watch us on the biggest South Asian TV network in North America, NTV Houston.
Welcome back to Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani here on NTV Houston. Thank y'all so much for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. It's going down. I'm losing my voice. This is episode 15, about to be in the books. I can't believe it. I have a very times 15 special guest in the studio. I got to read this off because I'm telling you right now, this is a mouthful. Let's see. Next guest, president and founder of the Cynthia A. Guillory Foundation, as well as chief motivation officer with KOG & Co. Not done yet. Contributing writer for the Huffington Post, and ladies and gentlemen, the founder of the Nap Bar. Put your hands together for Khaliah Guillory, aka #SleepBay. Come on down.
Woo! Hey.
It's going down. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me, Anil. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming down. I know you got the most craziest schedule in Houston. I feel like every guest has been, and yours is the most. Holy smokes. I thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me. I'm oozing with gratitude.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, award-winning speaker, all right? Then on top of that, filmmaker and philanthropist. Holy smokes. And the founder of the Nap Bar, which is godsend, by the way. I'm just looking forward to it.
Right?
How, who, what, when, where, how, why? I mean, how did you get to this point in your journey, and how did this journey shape out this way?
Oh gosh, it started in corporate America, man. Like, okay, well, take a step back. What part of that do you want me to unpack? Because I know we could be here to dark 30 unpacking all the things, right?
Whatever you feel most comfortable with. How about Nap Bar?
The Nap
What's
Bar.
going on?
So Nap Bar really started for me when I was this high to a grasshopper. I have been an avid napper since kindergarten, Anil. I have been napping since then. I was a kid when the teacher said, okay, it's nap time, kids. And everybody was fighting and screaming and crying. I was a kid in the corner. I went and grabbed my red and blue mat. I got my spot and I was out. And then that was all she wrote.
Out like a light.
That's it. Hey.
Wow. So from in kindergarten to now.
Been an avid napper. So in kindergarten I napped. In high school I napped. I went to school on a basketball scholarship. So it was a thing of being a student athlete. I was introduced to power naps.
Okay.
That's when I really learned how to power nap my way through it.
All right.
And then I continued to nap through corporate America. And that's when I had the idea of Nap Bar.
All right. All right. So what exactly happens at a nap bar? So you just go there and just, hey, I want to take a nap, and just, just fill something out and you just hop in a pod, or what's going on?
Oh, my friend, it's a whole experience.
All right. Break it down.
So Nap Bar is the first of its kind white glove napping experience in the entire world that's located right here in Houston.
All right.
And we created these and curated these rest sanctuaries for sleepy humans like you and I, professionals, travelers, stay-at-home parents, entrepreneurs, so that they can get the optimum rest, so that they can feel refreshed and rejuvenated and just ready to conquer the world and get at the rest of their day. So that's the experience of Nap Bar. So how we do it is we engage all 5 of your senses. So think from a sight standpoint. Every custom suite and pod is outfitted with mood lighting, because we know I've committed to 10,000 plus hours of research, because I am a certified sleep expert, that when you see your favorite color, you nostalgically go back to a place where you're happy.
All right.
And also from a health benefit, when you see a blue light, it helps with depression. When you see green light, it helps with inflammation in your body. So scientifically proven, we have mood lighting inside of all of our pods in our spaces.
Wow, holy smoke. So being a sleep expert, let's backtrack real quick. How did you become a sleep expert? Because I just feel like that's any lazy person I know in my life right now. Like, they can say, I'm a sleep expert. What do? I sleep all day. I'm an expert. Well, how do you become a sleep expert?
Well, first, you have to commit so many hours, right? So Malcolm Gladwell says, in order for you to become a subject matter expert, you have to commit 10,000 hours in said subject. So before I left my cushy corporate job, I was a C-level executive at a Fortune 500 company. Before I left that, I had to convince myself that, hey, will people really swipe their card and pay me to come sleep and do the things that they would do at home? And I did countless hours of research. And one morning in the middle of the night, actually, when I couldn't sleep, I went into the office and I started just to Google away all the scientific benefits of sleeping. And I thought, whoa. And I uncovered this one. I would never forget. NASA. NASA did a study on sleepy military pilots and astronauts and found that a 26-minute nap increased their productivity by up to 34%.
Wow.
Ready for this? And alertness by 54%.
What?
I was sold. I was like, okay, that's it. I got to figure out this transition away from corporate. This is it. I'm doing it.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations on that launch.
Thank you.
And I saw your in your Instagram post recently, you had you're surveying with the United Airlines as well as Nap Bar. What's that collaboration about right now?
Oh, it's going to be amazing. It's not just with United. It's any airline. It's any airport. It's all the goal is for us. It's on my vision board right now. Is for us to collaborate and partner with every single intercontinental or international airport and airline, so that we can provide their sleepy travelers a place just to snooze over a layover. Have you had a layover that's longer than 2 hours and you just aimlessly wandering around the airport and you're like, what am I going to do? You could go and take a nap at Nap Bar. So it's coming. Yes.
That's what's up. I'm excited. I saw the collaboration thing, and I'm like, whoa, this is going to be big. So I'm really pumped to see what 2021 has for that.
That makes two of us, man. Because, I mean, one of the travelers we were speaking to there, the guy told me, he said, yeah, if this was a part of my benefits package, I would actually take this credit card provided by the airlines if it meant I would get a nap. So imagine a revenue stream will add to the corporation and the benefits of sleep that will add to the traveler. It's a perfect marriage.
Hey, that's what's up. And then, yeah, effectiveness, efficiency, effectiveness. That's the most with your time. That's wonderful right there.
That's it, Anil, right there.
Along with these questions, I had a list of fun questions I didn't tell you about because obviously want to have a little fun with it. Let's see what's going on here.
Let's see what's good.
So being a sleep expert and a master napper, is it safe to say?
It is safe to say.
Sleep Bae. Hashtag Sleep Bae.
I am Sleep Bae.
So, what is or where is the most ridiculous place you've ever taken a nap, and how did you get there?
Ooh, the most ridiculous place. It's a little embarrassing, but a restroom.
You took a nap in the restroom?
But it wasn't your average restroom, okay? It wasn't your average. It wasn't like the creepy kind of restroom. It didn't smell. It was an upgraded restroom. It was in a posh hotel.
Okay.
I couldn't check in. Normally check-in is around 12 or 1 o'clock.
Sure.
I got in around 11:30. I was exhausted. And I thought, well, where could I take a nap? I can't nap out here in the lobby. That's a little weird.
Wow.
And so I went into the restroom, and I noticed that they had a separate room. It was almost like a sitting room.
Okay.
Had a nice little couch. It wasn't really connected to the restroom. So, yeah, I snoozed in there for a good 20, 26 minutes.
Wow. Honestly, for the past year before being on television, I traveled back and forth from Dallas to Houston. So I'm not going to lie. The Buc-ee's, all right, they got some nice big old restrooms, all right? They got space to just kind of put your head on the side and so I'm not saying I did it, but I'm just saying that, it could have been
It could have been a thing.
Could have been.
Well, we would love to partner with Buc-ee's. They're clean, but not in the restroom. But perhaps, have a nap bar pit stop for travelers because the CDC said drowsy driving is equivalent to driving under the influence.
Wow. There you go. If it works out with Buc-ee's, finder's fee right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Done.
All right, cool. That's what's up. All right, so we kind of talked about it just for a millisecond, but the Cynthia A. Guillory Foundation, right? I understand it's in memory of your mother and ALS awareness. Tell me about that, and how has creating this project shaped your trajectory or your life as today?
It saved my life because I'm able to really feel connected to my mother, right? As we unfortunately, we are brothers and sisters and motherless, as motherless children. And one of the things that I get really excited about when I do this work is because I feel connected to my mom's energy and to her spirit. To know my mother is to love her. People think I have an amazing personality. I got it from my mother. Hey. And so long story short, we were in the mall. I'm born and raised in Port Arthur, Texas.
PA.
And PA in the house, baby, let's go. And we were going to the mall for Christmas. And I noticed this particular year, the tree had names on the ornaments. And I asked my mother, why are there names on the ornaments? Those are families in our community that are having problems being able to provide gifts for their children for the holidays. And she said, you know what, matter of fact, you and your sister go and grab an ornament. And when you're shopping for our family, you shop for these families. Wow. That was circa 1990.
Wow.
And so that's really when the Cynthia A. Guillory Giving Tree was founded. And so 2021 marks our 10th year anniversary. This past holiday, we were able to partner with Councilmember Edward Pollard here in Houston and his District J, as well as Walmart. And we raised nearly $16,000 in one night during a global pandemic.
Wow.
And paid off over 130 layways for families in the underrepresented community there in District J. It was amazing.
Beautiful. Congratulations. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. I saw it and I was like, I got a little teary-eyed right now. Makeup, can we fix this? So, wow, that's amazing. I'm sure she's looking down and just watching this whole thing that you've created and just must be so proud. So congratulations on the success of this foundation.
Thank you, my friend. She sacrificed way too much for me to play small, so I owe it to her.
Same wavelength right here,
Boom.
Same wavelength.
Boom.
I'm gonna have to pick your brain because I don't know what it's like to create a foundation, but I want to do one for my mom as well. She was a breast cancer survivor, then it came back in her lungs and liver, but she fought it like a warrior. she beat the battle of breast cancer, but she eventually lost the war because of the whole aftermath, right, of everything. So I would love to do something in memoriam as well for her. So we're gonna have to talk about that off the air.
Let's do it, bro.
That would be beautiful.
Whatever you need, I got you.
That'd be beautiful. That's what's up. That's what's up. Not to get too sentimental here, you know. Luckily, I have.
We'll wipe our eyes.
Maybe I'm born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. It's not. Luckily, it's not smearing or anything. But let's see. Back to the funny stuff. You know, you said you napped through corporate America, or going through the corporate notions or motions. Excuse me. What is the funniest corporate or business screw up or situation, even being an entrepreneur, you kind of came across? What's the funniest situation you found yourself in, either being in corporate or in business entrepreneurial route, that you could share? That's okay to share in regards to being an entrepreneur and kind of helping others as well understand what it's like to be an entrepreneur or transitioning.
Gosh, what's a funny story?
Funniest situation, yeah.
But, oh boy, let me see. A funny situation in corporate or as an entrepreneur.
Rated PG-13, by the way, just in case.
Yeah, of course. Hey man, I got brand recognition to think about. Right? Funny story. It's probably not a funny story. I'm not going to go with that one.
Sure.
Well, I guess funny because it's the times that we're in, and it's funny that people are still this way.
Yeah.
But I had a meeting,
right.
and it was with my good friend of mine, Jeff. He's one of my partners. He produces an organic mattress here in Houston.
Okay, wow.
And we have, our claim to fame, our differentiator at Nap Bar is that we're all organic for the health conscious individuals, right? So bedding, linen, sheets, pillows, everything is free of chemicals and toxins.
Beautiful.
And so I partner with Jeff. And so Jeff and I are in a meeting, and there was this white baby boomer we were meeting with, and it was about Nap Bar coming on site to one of his corporate offices. Jeff had made the introduction, hence the reason why he was there, and he had a relationship. And I promise you, every time there was a question about Nap Bar, the individual would look at Jeff. And so Jeff kept trying to reroute the guy, and was like, hey, no. Khaliah is the actual owner of Nap Bar. You really want to talk to her.
Yeah.
And it became a running joke because every time I would answer the question to the gentleman, I'm looking at him this way, but then he would turn and look at Jeff. And so it just became a whole game, right?
Wow.
So then I started saying, hey, Jeff, ask him if this is what they would want for their corporation. So
So Jeff became the mailman for you two in the same room.
Jeff was the mailman for this fella who clearly did not want to conduct business, or the disrespect for me, depending on how he saw it, is because of the way I showed up in my skin, comfortable as I am. Perhaps it was because I am a black woman. Perhaps it is because he judged me and thought that I am a lesbian, but he didn't know that for a fact. Who knows, right? But sometimes we got to take these deep situations and make them lighthearted and get through it. Because I already recognized initially through the first 2 seconds of the meeting that I didn't desire to do business with this corporation because of, if this is who the representation is, because representation matters for me and my brands.
Yeah.
I don't want to be associated with this.
Real talk. That's real talk right there. Wow, that's funny. It's terrible and it's funny at the same time. Well, I wouldn't say it's hilarious and terrible. It's hilarable. It's terrible that this is still a thing, but it's hilarious. Like, holy smokes, this is still a thing. Like, it's all about the looking glass.
2020.
And I think you have such a high EQ as well as IQ to kind of look past it and understand who to work with and not. And so I commend you on that. And that's, oh my God, I can't believe that. Houston, come on, grow up.
Oh,
what's going on over here?
But hats off to Jeff for being my ally.
Hey.
I mean, and we had a good laugh about it, but it's unfortunately the world that we live in today.
Yeah, that's real talk right there. That's what's up. And off the air, we talked about top 5 core values, and I wanted to kind of pick your brain because, seeing who you are on Instagram and all these places where you're flexing all your amazing stuff, amazing work, amazing stuff from companies to, working with so many individuals in the community. I still like to see what makes you tick, what gets you to, get where you're at. And one of your top 5 core values, you mentioned Mother, Father, God, Source, right, in parentheses. How has that core value influenced you today? Being your parents or your faith or the source, energy, whatever you want to call. Everybody to each their own, right?
To each their own, right?
100%.
Yeah, hey, whatever humanity wants to coin it, that's how they coin it, right?
So how has that shaped who you are today on your journey?
It comes from my motto. This is my life motto. Why duplicate mediocrity when you can borrow genius? And so I borrow genius from my source. I borrow genius from my ancestors. I borrow genius from my mother. I borrow genius from my grandfather who raised me as if I was owned in the absence of my biological father. And so I'm able to borrow genius from all these people. And here's the thing, Anil, we can borrow genius from all of our mentors. They could be living or dead. You know, you can read a book, you can listen to a podcast, you can connect with someone. Human to human connection is real. And I'm not talking just, oh, I watched your interview, I'm sending you an email, will you please mentor me? No, there's something that I can contribute to this relationship. I believe in reciprocity.
Yes.
Right? And so if I'm just coming to you with my hand like this, then that's not gonna do me any good, nor will be the person that I'm approaching.
I feel you. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so sit at their feet and learn as much as you possibly can. I'm a sponge. I learn from 2-year-olds, I learn from 80-year-olds and everyone in between. And I don't discriminate. I believe in tribal diversity.
Tribal diversity.
Tribal diversity.
Tribal diversity. So does that mean exactly what you said? You can relate to kiddos, to adults, and so on?
Absolutely. If you looked at my tribe, it's people from all different walks of life. They don't look like I look. They don't come from where I come from. They don't think the way I think. Hey. Because in order for me to ascend and really truly meet my greatness, I have to get outside of my own blinders. And they're there to hold me accountable and say, hey, KG, that's not it.
Hey, I got a hashtag I tell people to follow every episode, every single thing I post with. It's PVT, and that stands for Positive Vibe Tribe.
Yes.
I'm all about that, PVT.
Come on, PVT.
There we go, hashtag PVT, right? That's right. So I'm all about that, I'm about it, right? So I'm from Houston, that's about it.
You about it,
I'm about it, right? So it's a Master B reference. What are you guys gonna do,
right? Come on, from Port Arthur, that's close enough to Louisiana.
Hey, true, recognize true right
that's
here.
That's
if you don't know what the word trill means, then look it up, and then when you do, you'll come to Houston more enjoying of the environment.
Make them say,
That's right, all right, so back to funny questions. Look at my voice cracking right now. I'm over here trying to be tough. Make them say, voice crack, if animals could talk, which would be the rudest?
Ooh, dogs.
Really?
They will tell all of their owners' business. Oh, my human does this. Can you believe my human talks like that? Oh, man, I feel like dogs and cats, they would tell all of our business.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I would have, maybe, because I always like to see suited up, I like to stay suited. I see you suited all the time, every time. I would say penguins. Because they're always like, dressing up nicer than everybody. They don't tell anybody what they just wear a tuxedo everywhere you go. They don't care what you wear, what event it is. They'll outdress you on your wedding day.
True.
Like, it's so
True.
rude.
True, they have a little swaggy walk to them.
Right.
Yeah, they're probably very pretentious.
That's what's up. So we're going to take a very, very, very short break. When we come back, we got more with Khaliah O.G, a.k.a. Sleep Babe. Hashtag Sleep Babe, it is what it is. Sit tight with more Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani here on NTV Houston. Sit tight, we'll be back.
During the season's best sales event, Ron Carter Cadillac delivers 0% APR for 72 months plus $2,500 bonus cash on all 2020 XT4, XT5, and XT6. Or drive 2020 XT4 Luxury Collection only $299 a month. 2020 XT5 Premium Luxury Collection just $369 a month. And first ever 2020 XT6 Premium Luxury Collection just $399 a month. All for 39-month lease with just $1 down.
RonCarterCadillac.com.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Amazing things for you.
59 और वेस्ट बेलफोर्ड पर है नुक्कड़ ढाबा, जहां के मशहूर जमाना बॉम्बे तंदूरी चिकन, पहाड़ी बोटी, चिकन चटपटा और बटर चिकन तो आप जानते ही होंगे। अगर आप बॉम्बे चाइनीज खाना पसंद करते हैं तो जरूर उनके चिकन लॉलीपॉप और चिकन चिली ट्राई करिएगा। और एनटीवी ह्यूस्टन का नाम लेने पर स्पेशल है $99 में कॉर्न सूप। सुबह 8 से लेकर रात के 2 बजे तक नुक्कड़ ढाबा आपकी खिदमत के लिए खुला होता है। For takeout and other inquiries, call 281-575-1178 at the corner of West Belfort and 59, Nukkad Dhaba.
बिजनेस का काम हो या फैमिली वेकेशन, कॉनकॉर्ड ट्रैवल है आपका रिलायबल ट्रैवल पार्टनर। फ्लाइट्स, होटल्स और ट्रैवल बुकिंग्स पे बेस्ट डील्स पाने के लिए कॉन्टैक्ट अस ऑन 713-219-1199 और email us at reservations@concordtravelhouston.com or visit us at 2245 Texas Drive, Suite 300, Sugarland, Texas 77479, concordtravelhouston.com.
Being diagnosed with a scary sounding disease can be frightening. Imagine what it's like for your child.
There are over 7,000 rare diseases around the world affecting children.
Join me, Jessica Hatch, along with leading experts to help break down medical lingo, explain why and what their little bodies are feeling. Real faces, real stories, and expert advice. And you can watch us on the biggest South Asian TV network in North America, NTV Houston.
Welcome back to Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani here on NTV Houston. Thank y'all so much for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. Really excited, really times 15, because this is episode 15 is going down, almost in the books. We have very special guest, the founder of Nat Bar, amongst amazing other list of items. Just watch segment 2 to understand what I'm talking about, because it's a whole lot of stuff she's doing. Khaliah O.G, aka #SleepBay, is in the house. What's going on? Welcome. Thank you for staying this late, because I know it's a late Saturday night and you got a lot of stuff going on. Holy smokes.
I'm just happy to be here with you tonight, man.
All right, that's what's up. I appreciate that. And we talked about so many things. I grew up in Houston as well. Not from Port Arthur, but shout out to Bun B and recipes to Pimp C.
All day.
All day. So, we talked about your top core life values off the air, and we're kind of addressing them, as well as some fun things here and there. So one question comes to mind. So what does integrity mean to you, and how has it impacted your entrepreneurial goals? Because you're all over the place on the entrepreneurial map. How has integrity shaped that drive?
It's the foundation of everything that I do. I operate in integrity. I desire to partner with people who operate in integrity, because that's the only way I know for a fact to stay in alignment.
Wow.
To stay in alignment with who I am as a person, who I am in the projects that I'm looking to put into the universe. I committed to die empty, right? What that means is that when I take my last breath on my deathbed, I no longer want any of the dreams, the projects, the ideas that I have. I no longer want them to be inside of my body. I want them to be out into the world. So when I literally take my last breath, I have a desire to die empty. And I got that from a friend of mine, Michelle Gomez. She came on my podcast years ago and shared that. And I was like, oh, that is gold. I am stealing that shamelessly. And I'm telling you to your face. I'm telling the world, because this is really, really good. So in order for me to operate in integrity, I need to make sure that the people who I surround myself with, and that I'm protecting my energy, to make sure that who I'm collaborating with, they also operate in integrity. And if they don't, it's just not a good fit. And there's nothing against them. There's nothing else for us to discuss. It's the baseline of everything that I do.
That's beautiful right there. So I feel you on that, because on average, I think, I don't know if it was a college study done, but people say it all the time, you're about the average of your 4 or 5 best friends. Is that right?
Totally. It sounds about right. Let's go with it.
Okay, let's go with it. So with that case, yeah, it makes sense. Integrity should be the foundation, and if you're working with folks that aren't on that same wavelength, then it's gonna probably be some distortion in your life trajectory. So
especially in business, because
right?
you think about if you do a collaboration with another business or a business owner, and down the road there's something that comes out, you don't want your brand to be attached to their brand. So yeah, we got to operate in integrity as much as we can. And I understand sometimes you just don't know because you don't know, but to the best of your ability, just operating in integrity for self and for others that you desire to partner with.
That's what's up.
Or even be in relationship with.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. With that, have you come across situations, because you've been in the entrepreneurial rat race. I don't want to call it the rat race. I feel like corporate America would be more of the rat race title, but now I'm seeing entrepreneurs left and right.
It's a journey.
So do you feel like integrity was constantly something that you kind of had to seek in terms of working with folks? Like you mentioned earlier, you had that interaction when you and Jeff worked on something or were planning something with a company. Aside from the interaction, did you have a lot of those types of meetings where you had to question the integrity before or do research, or what was that like working with the individuals in different companies?
I always start with research, right? Because I never want to get on the phone in a disrespectful manner and ask someone a question that I could have Googled.
Right.
Because for me, it's disrespectful to waste your time at that point.
True.
And so, for integrity standpoint, I want to come and present myself in the best of ability that I can, but I also want to show you the decency and dignity and respect that, hey, I really know who you are in terms of what I can find on by just looking at your Instagram page or your LinkedIn page, because that's what it's there for. But also giving that person an opportunity for them to tell me who they are, right? Because you can learn a lot about just listening.
True.
Listening to the way that people speak, listening to some of their stories. People love to talk about themselves, so just sitting back and listening, you'll learn a lot.
True. That's why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you speak, right?
That's it.
That's what's up. Fun questions coming your way. I used to think I was very trendy and fashion forward, and I recently got married, so that whole getting married in a month's time frame. Don't worry, she's not expecting. Everyone asked. She's not expecting. But
there's no Anil Jr. on the way.
No,
not yet.
I say that almost every
that
episode.
Know about.
I feel terrible saying that. I don't have any kids that I know of, and she hates that joke. My wife hates that joke. But I had to rush to get my own ensemble and her dress and everything. So I felt very fashion forward, but I still feel like I'm still trying to learn as much as I can. I'm a work in progress. Especially when I see your Instagram, and I'm like, dang, she just stop. Oh my God, she outdressed me today. Are y'all kidding? She outdressed me today.
No,
that's like outdressing someone on their wedding day. Come on, man. This is my show. How could you do this?
No, you got the plaid and paisley working, bro.
So that's why, when I think about it, what's something you consider to be, classy at a time, but you consider now, today's age, be kind of trashy. You know what I mean? There's this trends. What do you think that was classy at a point, which today I feel like people are kind of wearing it? It's not the most classy. It's kind of trashy.
See, and I don't know. I still have things in my closet for 10, 15, 20 years.
Okay.
So I'm one of those people who's like, oh, I really like this. I'm not, because one of those things, does it bring you joy? It's like a whole thing, right? It's a whole movement. Yeah. Well, if it doesn't bring you joy, out with it, right?
Right.
And I've done that. I prune my closet all the time, shoes, clothes, but it's just always that one item. I'm like, man, this was a staple in 2000. How dare I get rid of it now? Studies show it might be back in style in 20 years. So let me just hang on to it. So
2020.
I feel like if it's one of those staple items in the closet, I just keep it, man. I hold on to it. Yeah. Preserve it.
How funny would that have been, thinking about it a year ago, right in the beginning of before COVID became what it became. I know you're pumped about it, all right, this summer's coming. I got this outfit from 2000, 20 years ago, right? That it's the time. This is my summer. This is my year.
This is it.
Boom, COVID happens like it's been on the shelf.
Like hot girl summer. Boop, 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 boop.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But I've yet to have a guest that's come on the show and listed out divine purpose as one of their core values. So I got to ask, do you feel like you found your divine purpose, or are you still on that track? And how would one find out, what their divine purpose is?
First step to find, first answer to your question, have I found it? Yes. I am living it, man. I am in it, living it, breathing it, because I identified my why to answer your second question. So my why, the reason why I do what I do is that I declared and committed that generational curses will die with my parents, and I will birth a generation of wealth. And then I'm not talking about wealth. Don't get me wrong. Wealth and currency is great, right? Sure. The wealth I'm talking about is in generosity, in charity, in integrity. That's the wealth that I'm after to create for generations to come behind me so I can pass the torch to them. And in order for me to do that, I woke up one morning in corporate America and I was at the intersection between I wasn't being satisfied with my work and my contribution wasn't meeting my satisfaction. Okay. I was at that intersection and I got really quiet. I believe I went on a fast and because I knew I needed to do something differently because this was not the way I had planned for my life to go. Yeah. You know, every time I got on the next rung of the ladder, I thought, okay, when I get to that next rung, I get to that next promotion, my salary's gonna double, that's gonna be it. It happened, and I was like, still something missing. And so one day I woke up and I thought, your ladder is leaning against the wrong building. You're missing the satisfaction and the contribution because your ladder, in order for you to fulfill your why, it needs to be leaning against a building with your name on it so that you can dictate the vision, you can dictate the values, you can dictate the people that you work with. You can dictate the innovative projects that most people think you're totally out of your mind to do, but you're going to do it because this was your divine purpose. So yeah, man, I had to go and get my ladder and just drag it across the way and lean it against the right building.
Wow, that's amazing. I never looked at it that way. That's such a remarkable way to focus on that. That's amazing. Is that something you kind of had to kind of learn from trial by fire, or is that something that you heard someone say kind of? And
trial by fire. Trial by fire. Because, you know, after a couple of hundred interviews, right, people ask, like, why are you doing this? I really sat quiet with myself. I'm like, why am I doing this? You know, it's my mom, yeah. But what else is it? It's my ancestors, yeah. But what else is it? What's missing with me, you know? So it's just really getting still and being quiet and really understanding who I am. Because I think the biggest thing is I couldn't figure this out prior to understanding really truly who Khaliah Guillory is. Yeah. And once I understood who I am and why I am philanthropy. I am transformation. I am obsessed with sleep. I am a lover of humanity. I'm a lover of 80s music. I battle with depression. I am you, literally. I am humanity. I'm a reflection of everyone in the world, all 7 billion one of us.
Hey, you hit on something right there. When I was radio, I highlighted it, and here I feel like, thank you for reminding me something, but every single person I come in contact with is, to me, literally like looking in the mirror.
It's an extension.
Right?
It's humanity.
Exactly. And so it's so fascinating to meet someone else that just kind of like spoke something to me that I kind of understood a little while ago. And sometimes you just need to hear it from someone else to kind of really feel it.
That's it, man.
Wow.
That's it.
That's amazing. That's beautiful right there. I hope people are actually paying attention to what we're saying and reading between the lines, because there's a lot of gold mines in these lines, you know. So I think this is beautiful. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Thank you, Emil.
Funny questions here though.
Here we go. Throw it at me.
What mythical? And I'm kind of a nerd, this kind of like, or geek. I don't know what the difference is, to be honest. But what mythical creatures or characters would improve the world if they were actually real?
What's yours?
I asked you first.
Oh, a mythical creature. Help me jog my memory.
I don't know. It could be dragons. It could be like centaurs. It could be characters in like the Star Wars, like Chewbacca. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go with Black Panther. I'm gonna have to go with vibranium. You know what's funny is because on the first day of this year, January 1st, 2021, I posted something really goofy and silly. I had on this like long duster and I was like playing with the tail of it like it was a cape. Yeah. And I said in 2021, vibranium is going to be my superpower and help me ignite my energy. And in 2020, I'm leaving behind the patterns, the people, the places, the behaviors that served as my kryptonite. Yeah. So I would say, I would have to be a character from Black Panther.
There you go.
There we go.
Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, because man, oh man, that was
what he did for the culture, for the world. Now that's legacy right there.
Yeah, he left a lot. Like you said earlier, you want to leave this planet, you want to leave this human life behind empty. Like,
yeah,
just,
he was empty.
Yeah.
And he operated in integrity. I know so because he was very selective in the roles that he played.
Yes. All the major figures, Jackie Robinson and all the different movies he did.
Thurgood Marshall, like, come on, you know?
Yeah.
And these were pillars in society, pillars not just in my community, but communities all over the world.
Real talk right there.
And he chose to play those characters.
100%. Man, I in this first segment, I made a joke about Thurgood Marshall and Bates. There was a NAACP new scholarship launched this past Monday on MLK Junior Day, and with that, it was truly a remarkable thing that occurred. And you'll watch it on the first segment. You'll see what I mean. But yeah, honestly, Chadwick did a lot for the communities that he worked with. Black, white, it didn't matter. Any and every community he ever worked with alongside.
Absolutely.
I think he did wonderful, and I think that's an amazing role model in my opinion. Forget color, forget anything. That as a human being role model.
Totally.
I think I would
love their humanity.
That's what's up. So we talked about community just a moment ago, and we're talking about the funny questions, but community was one of your core values as well. What about community makes it a life value for you?
Kind of what we just talked about, right? That was a great segue because there would be no community without unity. I mean, you can't have a community if you don't have a unity in it, right? That's the end of the word, right? Right. I mean, if we curtail this even more and noodle through it, you have to have unity. And it's all different communities coming together as one to really, truly think about the phase of the state of our world right now.
Yeah.
Think about all the events of 2020 and how we started 2021 when it comes to just the dire need of love, of forgiveness in the world right now. And we can't achieve that without unity.
True, yeah.
Because you have to be in the unity for there to be community.
Yes, 100%. That's real talk right there. I know you got a crazy schedule tonight. You're looking fresh. You're looking ready for Saturday night.
I'm ready.
What is the weirdest thing that you've seen in, especially with the way COVID has been going? We got a lot of Zoom calls that we partake in, conferences and so on, right? During these Zoom calls, I don't know, maybe you have. I've seen some funny things. But what is the weirdest thing you've seen in someone else's home in a Zoom call?
So someone sent this to me. It was a clip of a kid doing his virtual learning. I guess his mother didn't know that he was on camera. His camera was on.
Yeah.
And so she kept walking back and forth out of his room, but she was in her birthday suit. And she had no idea. She had no idea. And then finally when the teacher realized on the third trip into his room, oh my God, she like, turn your camera off. And you could tell like it all clicked at the same time with the mom. And she like ran out of the room. I was like, oh no, like this can happen.
Hilariously terrible, hilarious.
That's it.
Oh my God. Wow. I was going to say like a cat fell or a dog fell, but that took the cake.
Yeah, that was it. I still laugh at it.
Oh my God, I cannot believe that. All right, the last serious question before we start wrapping up with the funnies and everything. You're a really enthusiastic person, and by the look of all the Instagrams and all the different posts that you make, overall, a fun person to hang with is what I kind of gauge. And real talk, this is the first time we're meeting in person. I'm all for it. I'm excited, to see where this friendship goes.
Same here. And we said that via text.
Right? Yeah, this is crazy. It's just so exciting. But, what do you do for fun, and why is having fun a core life value for you?
Fun has to be at the center of everything I do, right?
Really?
It's literally the center of everything.
Okay.
If I'm not having fun, it doesn't, why am I even doing this, right? And then that's not to say that everything that I have to do has to be fun, right? But it has to be some sort of element of fun in the thing that I'm doing because it's my base, it's who I am, it's my core. I am an October Scorpio. I believe in having fun. I just love life and I'm a true extrovert. So I love having fun. And, fun for me is experiencing different cultures, different people, different behaviors. I am an avid and travel junkie. I love to travel. I love just going to different places and experiencing different things with different people. And a good friend of mine, Khaliah Summers said, exposure expands your expectations.
Exposure expands your expectations.
Boom.
Oh my God. All right.
Khalih's a good dude. and I think his father shared that with them. So you see how the fun in that is that this is something now I'm attached to his legacy through his father. And that was fun for me to be like, whoa, exposure expands expectations. Well, what else can I expose myself to so that I can expand my expectations? Wow. And traveling does that for me.
I feel you on that. Yeah, and then studies have shown, and countless university studies, that people who travel around from the place that they're born and not just live there and have moved around have been able to see from a wider lens of the universe, the life that they live.
Totally. And also studies also show that they're more creative. A lot of artists, if we do some research, they're normally always traveling around because they're looking for what is going to inspire me.
A muse, something to inspire them.
Where's my muse? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's all aligned.
Yeah, 100%. That's what's up. Finally, what movie would you greatly improve if it was made into what movie would be greatly improved if it was made into a musical?
Oh, I'm going to have to say Waiting to Exhale. No, okay, Waiting to Exhale is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
All right.
I don't think you can improve it. The reason why I'm saying Waiting to Exhale is because I believe that is one of the top probably 5 soundtracks from a movie ever.
Wow.
So between that and Bodyguard, can you see Waiting to Exhale as a musical? I think it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, right.
Especially the scene when like Bernadette is like putting his stuff on fire and like the cops come and she's like smoking a cigarette. Yeah, I can see that in a musical.
Yeah, I feel it. I was gonna think The Hangover, but that sounds more realistically like that would be more funny. I feel you on that.
The Hangover would be good too. Which one?
Yeah. Oh, that's tough because in 3 different cities and countries, right?
Right.
So I'd say the original. You can't go wrong with the original.
You can't go wrong with the
Vegas.
Original. That's true.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas unless it's like, you're diagnosed with something, and that goes with you everywhere. I don't have experience on that situation. I'm just saying. So it's been a great interview, right, so far.
Yes.
And I just want to thank you so much for coming through and making this happen because I know you got a crazy schedule, and I hope you got a chance to take your power nap today because it felt like you did. So, but before we wrap up today's, crazy schedule of shows, I want to give you this opportunity to talk to, rest in peace to Bernie Mac when I say this, but America. Let's talk to America right here. That's what's going on.
America, hey, hashtag Sleep Bay here, about to sign out. Listen, if you want to follow me, Khaliah O. Guillory, across all of my social media platforms, I'm sure my lower third will show you how to spell my name correctly. Punch that in. If you want to simply go to Google, you can do that. But there you can find me on LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as Facebook and Twitter. And if you're looking for a nap bar, we're on Instagram as well as LinkedIn and Facebook at napbar, HOU, and on Twitter at napbar now, napbar NOW. For our website for napbar, that's at www.napbarnow.com. If you're looking for me, speaking engagements, all things sleep-based, sleep consultations, that's at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com. And if you're looking for a Cynthia A. Guillory Foundation to become a volunteer, Instagram as well as Facebook at CAGALS, the number 1. And our website is CAGALS.org. Also, I'm on Clubhouse. I'm at KG Manifest 33 on Clubhouse. Follow me. And if you're looking for some sleep tips, hit me up. I can give you all the things that you need so you can get the best rest that you've ever received like a baby as an adult.
Hey.
Sleep Bay signing out.
Hey, that's what's up. Sleep Bay signing out. Thank you so much, Khaliah. Thank y'all so much for watching and joining us tonight. This has been Late Night Vibes with Emil Sohani here on NTV Houston, H-Town till I stay down.